YouTube, this is Lucy from kbeautyhobbit.com, and today's video is all about acids and skincare. So if this is something that interests you, please keep watching. So my hair might be a little crazy today. I just had 10 inches cut off this morning and I'm going to go ahead and mail it for donation, and I'm still getting used to this new short look, so pardon the mess as me and my hair both adjust. If you want some tips and tricks on how to grow your hair really long, then check out my long and strong hair video. I will put a link in the comments. So with acids in skincare, there are three basic types. There's BHA, AHA, and PHA. I will not be talking about hyaluronic acid today. Hyaluronic acid is a humectant, and my video today will be focusing on exfoliating acids. Generally, we all want to exfoliate our skin regularly because the dead skin cells can accumulate on the surface, make the texture uneven, make the skin look dull, and exfoliation in general is a good thing, but it needs to be done carefully. There are different ways to do it. There's physical exfoliation, which is primarily what used to be popular back when I was in high school and before that. That's your good old St. Ives apricot scrub and different things that mechanically, physically exfoliate the skin. Then these days, especially with the rise of Korean beauty, chemical exfoliation is more popular, or it's becoming more popular, and that is using some kind of chemical compounds that would loosen and dissolve, or loosen and allow to be washed away the skin cells on the top layer of the skin. So the first acid type is BHA, beta hydroxy acid. There's really one main acid in that category, and that is salicylic acid, and that is probably one that is the best known in the Western world. It is often used in products for acne, and that acid is oil soluble, so it can penetrate deep into the pore and dissolve the oil clogs in there. It can help with blackheads, it can help with sebum production. Something to be careful with all acids, and BHA especially, it can be very drying. So this is something you want to introduce slowly. Start with just a couple times a week, see how your skin is reacting. Acids can be used in many different products. Probably one of the best ways to use salicylic acid is in a face wash, because that would be more gentle, since you apply the face wash or use the face wash and then wash it off so it doesn't stay on your skin, versus a leave-on product like a toner or a lotion. But see what works for you. Salicylic acid is made from willow bark. I think there are ways to synthetically formulate it as well, but originally it was made from willow bark. And sometimes in Korean cosmetics, you might not see BHA or salicylic acid listed, but you will see willow bark extract. And know that that would probably have a similar effect to salicylic acid, just maybe not as strong. The second kind of acid is AHA, alpha hydroxy acid. And those acids are the ones that are made from food. So there's lactic acid derived from milk, mandelic acid made from almonds, glycolic acid is very popular. Something to be careful of with AHAs, they can cause photosensitivity. So they make our skin more sensitive to light, more prone to sunburn, and potentially to hyperpigmentation caused by the sun. I do see occasionally online advice to go ahead and use acids that are exfoliating AHA and BHA in the evening, but the problem with that is, sure, you can use them in the evening or in the morning, because the photosensitivity that they cause is long-lasting. It's not limited to the 12 hours or however long you get to sleep. I get to sleep maybe 6 because I have a baby, but 5 maybe is more realistic. But anyway, that photosensitivity does not go away just because you've slept and now woken up. So it is very important to always use sun protection regardless of acids. Even if you don't use acids, you still need to use sun protection every day. That is really the best thing you can do for your skin and to preserve it from premature aging. So there are different ways, again, just like with BHA, that AHAs can be used. I have a couple examples here. Example number one, I have this by Wishtrend Mandelic Acid skin prep water. It really does feel like water. It's unscented, so it smells like mandelic acid, which is somewhat a medicinal smell. It's not unpleasant, but it's not really fruity or flowery either. But this I use very sparingly, maybe a couple times a week at night at the toner step, so right after washing my face. And this does give me good, nice, smooth texture. I haven't had any problems as far as irritation or dryness, but like I said, I use it very sparingly. And then another thing I have here is a two-step jelly mask. So there's a step one is an AHA prep swab that would prep your skin and just take off the dead skin cells, and then there's a soothing jelly mask, that is step two. So I've seen products like that. Sometimes it's a prep swab, sometimes it's a prep pad. It's definitely something to try if you're curious, plus sheet masks are always fun. PHA or polyhydroxy acids are somewhat less known, I feel like, right now. Usually when I search acids in skincare on YouTube or Google, BHA and AHA are the two things that always come up. PHA is a subtype of AHA. It is sometimes referred to as next generation or third generation skin acid, so it's still food-based, but it has a larger molecule than AHA, and it is supposed to be even more gentle than AHA. I have a couple of things here I can show you that have PHA. So number one is this Benton Peeling Gel. And I'm a big fan of peeling gels. They're much more gentle than physical scrubs that have pieces of something in them. The way that peeling gels work, they are applied to clean, dry face with clean hands and then massaged all over. And as you do that, they peel. They form these little, usually cellulose little particles that take off some of the top layer of the dead skin cells, and they're usually very gentle. This one has PHA in it, so it not only works by the pilling motion, which is very gentle, but it also has the PHA to help it work more effectively. And in my experience, this has been very gentle and very kind to my skin. I do like it. Right after using it, I usually have very soft, smooth face, but that's not dry or irritated. And right after any kind of peeling treatment or exfoliating toner, I like to follow with a good moisturizer and good hydrator, because the skin is prepped. It's in its perfect condition to absorb everything else that you put on it, because that dead layer of skin cells has been removed, so it's no longer in the way of your next steps. I will put a link down below for everything I'm talking about. I used to have, a couple years ago, a mask that was an AHA overnight mask for pigmentation, and I used it in the fall and winter to help with the freckles. And my freckles always get worse in the summer, even with SPF. That's just the way my skin is. You know, I look outside and immediately I'm covered in freckles. I don't even have to really leave the house. So I like these overnight treatments because they usually work pretty well for me. So this year I bought this one. This is a Make Prem. This is overnight mask, and it is applied after cleansing and toning and as a last step. So you cleanse, you tone, and then you put this on and you go to bed. And it's beautiful as far as texture goes. Let me see if I can show you. It smells really good. Look at that. So it's a gel. Now, with that said, I cannot really speak about its effectiveness yet. The PHA, I'm thinking, being a subtype of AHAs, probably also make the skin at least slightly photosensitive. And so I decided to go ahead and wait until fall and winter to use this, so I haven't actually tried it, because I wouldn't want to put something on my skin that would make it more susceptible to pigmentation when what I'm trying to do is get rid of pigmentation. So I will be putting a review about this once I've used it on my blog kbeautyhobbit.com, also on my Instagram at kbeautyhobbit, so you can go ahead and sign up there so you don't miss it if you're curious about it. The product that I had before, the Skinfood pineapple mask, did work really well for me. I do have a review for that one, and it was very affordable, so I will put a link down below. I have also seen a few products by different brands now from K-Beauty that combine all three kinds of acids, which is supposed to really layer the benefits. So you have the gentle exfoliation of PHAs and AHAs, plus the sebum control, the blackhead, and the acne help from BHA. And one of those products I actually own. Here it is. This is the Purito ABP Triple Synergy Liquid. So it is meant to be used as a toner. Purito does say that it's gentle enough to use every day. I would probably start with something that's not every day, maybe every other day or just a couple times a week. Now, I have acquired this product when I was pregnant, and generally during pregnancy BHA is not advised. There are, however, no studies really on topical BHA use in pregnant women, but ingesting salicylic acid is dangerous. And so there are data for that. And then just to be on the safe side, doctors usually say avoid even topical BHA, although then some of them would say this only applies to cosmetology strength or clinical strength peels that you might get at a cosmetologist. With all of that said, the general good rule to follow when you're pregnant is if something makes you nervous, just don't do it. So it made me nervous, so I didn't do it. But my husband used this last, and I have watched his awful blackheads and his large pores look much, much, much better. However, the problem with my husband and many other husbands, I'm sure, and many wives and everybody in general is things like this only work if we use them, and he only uses them if I remind him. So there's that. But in general, if you want to try something that is gentle, this is a good option. It is applied as a toner, so after cleansing, and then you just follow with the rest of your routine. Now, me personally, even though the photosensitivity of AHAs is long-lasting, like I said, I still usually use them in the evening for no other reason other than I have more time in the evening to spend on skincare. So that's when I usually do my, what I would call bonus treatments, like peeling gels and sheet masks, night masks, and things of that nature, if the children allow it. The general note of caution from me on acids is to please start slowly. Please go one at a time. Maybe do not use multiple acid products all in the same routine. If you want to use BHA and AHA in the same season, then perhaps rotate them. Use one on Mondays and Wednesdays, use the other on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or something like that that works for you, unless it's a product specifically formulated with multiple acid types in it already. What I see a lot of times, unfortunately, online is people get very happy with the results because their skin feels so smooth and soft, and they go crazy and really overdo it. And what you can accomplish with that is a damaged skin barrier, more pigmentation, dry, flaky, itchy skin, especially with BHA, and then this poor traumatized skin of ours, which is pretty smart and it tries to repair itself, in its attempt to repair itself becomes more textured and becomes thicker. And that's when I see people almost get addicted to acids, and I see comments online of, oh my goodness, I cannot wait until fall, I just can't survive without acids. Oh, is it winter time yet? I just really have to have acids. My skin is just so awful without them. And try to avoid that. You know, moderation is key. Less is more, so to speak. So I typically just do peeling gels and sometimes exfoliating pads. And I use these acid type products very sparingly and very intentionally. I do the overnight masks in fall and winter to get rid of some of the accumulated hyperpigmentation from the summer. But other than that, I feel like it's probably not necessary as a daily part of skincare. And if you use products with retinol such as tretinoin or retin A, be especially careful because together with acids, they can definitely cause some flakiness and dryness. Hopefully, if you're using retin A or tretinoin, you're doing so under careful supervision of a dermatologist who can, of course, advise you much better than I can on what to use for your skin. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. If so, please leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. You can find more reviews at kbeautyhobbit.com or on Instagram at KBeautyHobbit. I also have a Facebook group called Korean Beauty Fanatics where we share reviews, ask and answer questions, and just exchange useful information. So go ahead and find us there. But until next Saturday, I hope you have a great day and always remember to listen to your skin. Thank you. Bye.